Hey there, and welcome to the Coastal Texas Studies Interactive Study Map site. I'm Dr. Kelly Burks-Copes. I work for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and I'm the project manager for the study. And I'm really excited to show you a brand new way of experiencing the project and learning how the proposed plan can reduce the risk of coastal storm flooding to your community, as well as improve the resilience of the Texas coast through comprehensive ecosystem restoration. So let's get started. The site is essentially a collection of stories that lay out the plan and let you dive into the details using interactive maps, graphics, and videos. It's really not that hard to use, but there are a lot of hidden tools in here that will help you explore the site if you just know where to look for them. So this video is a quick guide to make your experience more productive and enjoyable. If you're watching this, you made it to the Story Map homepage through our website, coastalstudy.texas.gov. The first thing to know is that the Story Map homepage is divided into 5 sections. At the top, you'll see a link back to the website, and on the right, you'll see links to our social media pages. You can now scroll down the page either by spinning the roller wheel on your mouse or hovering over the scroll bar on the right, clicking down on your left mouse key and dragging that bar down the page. The first thing you'll see when you scroll down is a description of our plan formulation approach. We call it a multiple lines of defense strategy, which means we created our designs with an eye towards robustness through redundancies and restoration. As the picture shows, the first goal was to keep the storm surge in the Gulf by designing a front line of defense we call the Gulf defenses. To address water being pushed around in the bay, we proposed a second line of defense called the Bay defenses. And then up and down the coast, we're targeting areas to restore critical ecosystems to improve resilience system-wide. You'll see in just a minute that the entire story map is organized by these common themes. But first, when you scroll down, you will see a link to the study's report, which will be released on October 30th of 2020. If you want to reread the report, click the button to download and follow the instructions to send us your comments. Moving along, the next thing you will see is a group of story cards that are color-coded and sorted by the Gulf, Bay, and the ecosystem restoration themes. You'll also see a set of cards dedicated to the analyses, which focus on the assessments we used to evaluate and compare potential alternatives. We'll come back to these in a minute. So for now, let's keep scrolling down the page to see the rest of the site. Below the cards, you see our interactive tools gallery. These are some of our featured applications. These tools are also used inside the stories, but we wanted to make sure you got a chance to see these up front. Again, let's go ahead and finish our tour of the homepage, and then we'll come back to these dashboards. Scrolling down one last time, you'll see our interactive map section. Here, you can dive right into the study and see our draft proposal for the Texas coast. Let's stop here for a minute and talk about how to interact with this map and all the other maps in this site. Whenever you come across a map in this site, the first thing to do is hover over the map window and click on it with your left mouse key so you can dive in. When activated, you'll see a title at the top, a base map underneath to orient you, and then layers on that map to go with the narrative we're discussing in the story. Typically, there's a legend on one side or the other that crosswalks the colors you're seeing and the data. Now, if you double-click on a color in the map, a pop-up box will open, giving you details about that spot. And you can use your roller wheel on your mouse to zoom in and out of the map, or if you don't have a roller mouse, you can use the plus and minus signs down here on the bottom to zoom in and out of that map instead. You can hold down your left mouse key and slide your mouse around to move the view up and down the coast. There are 5 additional tools in these maps that you can use to interact with the data. The magnifying glass here at the top opens up a window where you can type in an address and the map will zoom right into that location. If you click on the home button, it pulls you back out to where you originally started. The third button on this toolbar pops up a backup legend. The fourth button will show you all the layers we've included on the map. And then the last button offers you different options for that base map. So that's it for driving in the maps. Most, if not all, of the maps in this site work just like this. So now let's scroll back up and launch one of the actual story maps really quick. Let's test drive the Bolivar Roads Gates story. Hover over the title of that card and click your left mouse button. Now the gate story opens up with the title slide. So every feature story in the deck of cards has the same look and feel. We start each story with a description of a threat to that region, and then we walk you through the proposed plan to address that threat. For every panel along the way, we're going to provide a short story on the left or the right-hand side to explain what you're actually seeing. Also, do you see that arrow on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen? It's a hint that there's information below. So let's go ahead and scroll down and take a look. So here you can see the threat of storm surge flooding the area. The tool we're about to use is called a slider. Left click on the mouse and then hover your cursor over the line going down the center of this map. Click and hold down your left mouse key and slide the bar left and then right. When the bar is all the way to the left, what you're seeing in the map is the level flooding without the project. And when the bar is all the way to the right, you're seeing the flood reduction generated by this plan. You can zoom in just like before inside this map, but you need to be aware that this map cannot be used for insurance purposes. So if you zoom in too close, it's going to blank out on you. Let's scroll down some more and take a look at the draft proposal for the gate system. So here you will find one of our more advanced mapping tools, a three-dimensional model of the gated structure across Bolivar Roads Inlet. You can click, zoom and search just like before, but this time what you'll see is a 3D model of the proposed system. You can zoom in close to get an idea of how big it will be, but you can also fly around it and come at it from a different angle, say from the perspective of an incoming ship. Let me show you how I did that. If you click down on your right mouse key and you drag your mouse around in a clockwise circle, you see you'll be facing into the bay, looking head on at the gates. This is a dizzying action and may take a few tries to perfect, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty cool. Now that you're looking into the bay, do you see the legend on the left? If you click on the down arrow, you'll see that there are two radial dials. One says open and one says closed. Click the closed option and you'll see how the gates will look when they are closed in advance of a storm. Let's scroll down again and take a look at the rest of the story. When you get to the next section, take a look at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Do you see those stacked dots? Those represent stops along the story where we've added information and graphics. As you move down through the story, the dots are going to illuminate to show how far you've come and how far you still have left to go. So the remainder of this story focuses on gate design details. As you scroll down, what you'll see is graphic renderings of the types of gates we're proposing to build. The scrolling actually animates those renderings. So you can see here the picture of the large floating sector gate spanning the navigational channel in an open position. And then as you scroll down, the graphic switches to a closed position. When you're going through these renderings, keep an eye out for people in the drawings so that you can get a better perspective of the size of these enormous features. There's still more to this story, but to wrap this up, let's go ahead and head back to the home page. Look for the Coastal Texas story map icon. Click it to return to the home page. Well, that's it for this video. I really hope you found this helpful. Sometimes this site can be a little overwhelming and the project is enormous. And there's literally so much to explore. So just take your time, enjoy the experience, and do not forget, download the report, send in your comments. Your feedback is extremely important to us and will help inform the plan as we move forward. Thanks for watching.